You've probably never heard of these two players, but together as a duo, they just won nearly $6,000 by placing first in the Console Champions Cup just last week. They have literally never posted their controller settings before, but today I got them and I'm gonna be trying what just might be the new best console settings. The first player goes by Mr. Greg, and he actually warned me that his sense is insanely slow. So let's actually take a look at it. This first entire input section is really just all personal preference based, but where I start to copy Greg's settings is down in the sensitivity, where on build multiplier he's at 0.8, edit multiplier he's at 1.1, and those multipliers are going based off the look sense, which is 35% for both horizontal and vertical with no boost whatsoever. I know he said this was going to be slow, but this is looking insane. Then if we scroll down to ADS, his ADS horizontal and vertical actually both are going to be 6% with, again, no boost whatsoever. There's a 0-second look dampening time. These are linear settings, and then his dead zones he actually uses 7.7, but on this controller I have to use 10.10 or I'd get stick drift. And holy, he wasn't lying. Now I'm about to go hop into a game on console on PS5 to try these settings. Then I'll get to our next player, who I think at first glance has way better settings, but let's first give these ones a shot.
I knew there was someone over here. I don't know if that guy was trying to team. I'll take it though.
After actually talking with Greg, I learned that he literally just switched to PS5 less than a month ago. He also plays claw with these settings though, which just goes to show that the top of the top players basically all use claw or paddles. And conveniently, I'm actually giving away a custom pro controller. I've been running this for a few weeks, and this will be the last chance to enter. And to do that, all you have to do is subscribe and then comment down below if you want a custom PS5 or custom Xbox One controller. The custom controller will look a lot like this one, where it has like the grips, the paddles, it has the trigger stop. It'll definitely be a really sick controller. But Greg's Duo actually doesn't use claw or paddles, and I'm gonna be trying his settings right after these, so make sure to stick around.
Holy. Oh my. Let me just do this. And game dub. Let's go. It's so easy. Wow, and some of these slowest settings I've ever tried to actually get a win first try. That's crazy.
Now, obviously, these settings are insanely slow, but that serves a purpose. When playing a team game mode competitively, each player serves a different role. So although I can't confirm this, my take is that Greg is probably the fragger in his duo, basically meaning Greg is the person the team relies on to get most of the eliminations. So essentially, with Greg having this super slow sense, overall with any of his aim, he's able to be incredibly accurate. If he's sticking by his duo the entire game, then his duo can be the one that does most of the heavy building and editing. So in saying that, yes, these settings are super slow, no, these settings probably aren't going to be very good if you're just playing solos and trying to get some wins like I am right now, but the settings do serve a purpose, especially in comp where they are used.
Let's go.
And if you didn't know, most competitive players that play on console do use PS5.
Easy stuff. Wow. Where even is this dude shooting from? Wow.
The thing is though, if you're trying to play competitively and you're on an Xbox, the only console tournaments you can play are the Console Champions Cup. However, if you play on PS5, you can play that as well as playing the PlayStation Cup, which often have an even higher prize pool. And I would assume that's exactly why Greg switched to PS5 just about a month ago.
Wow. Yeah, that was a bad idea for you. Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely a fragger sensitivity. The issue is as soon as I have to build or edit, it's going to be difficult to win a fight. Dude, I can't even see him. Let's go, dude. 2 in a row on these settings. There's no way. And this game was actually like pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, these settings are not fun to use at all. And I think if you tried to play like arena with these, you'd probably get destroyed because of how much building and editing you have to do. However, I think if you play it smart enough in normal solos, or especially no build solos, these could be insane settings. But now it's time for Greg's duos setting. This is Christian, also a PS5 player, but he's actually a no claw, no paddles player. And of course, he was the second half to winning in the console
console cup. So let's see these settings. Again, this first little input section is all personal preference. You really shouldn't change when you change your settings. But the first part of the settings that I'm using from Cristian is build and edit multiplier, which are both at 2.4. And that's going based off of his look sense, which is 43% on both horizontal and vertical, with 1% turning boost for both horizontal and vertical, and no turning boost ramp time. Even though this build and edit looks a little fast, I am so excited to be back on this somewhat normal build and edit time. Then for ADS, surprisingly, it's actually not that much different than Greg, at 7% for both horizontal and vertical, with no boost whatsoever. It's only 1% higher, but if you saw my ADS aim on Greg's settings, I mean, it makes sense. That aim was insane. Look damage time is 0 seconds. These are linear settings, and Cristian actually goes even lower for his dead zone. He goes to 6% on each stick. Once again, I can't do that on this controller. I get stick drift. All right, yeah, I definitely think I'm ready. Let's go get another win. And I just won 2 games in a row, so my competition's probably gonna be a little more difficult, which I think makes it a perfect time to switch over to Cristian's settings. Because unlike Greg's settings, I think these are gonna be great for anyone that just wants to hop in a game and catch a couple wins. Even just the movement feels so much better. Wow, that was almost terrible. See, there's always a risk to only carrying 2 guns. By the way, this tournament that this duo won wasn't just full of like random. Some of the best controller players in the entire world were competing in this. These 2 players beat out names like former FNCS winner Bila. They beat out Illis, Pump, Nutify, Jays. I mean, legitimately, some of the best controller and especially best console players in the entire world. And this Cristian guy did it without claw or paddles, which I still think is crazy. How do I not hear that at all? I mean, that was a trash game. I can't end on that. Wow, what a shot. Oh, the aim. This loadout is actually just insane. No. Dude, what is that? There's no way. Dude, this is literally just the worst. I mean, this guy wants it so bad, it's insane. I absolutely hate when zones end over here. Bro, I can't. Oh my god, what's with me not being able to hear players? That is insanely unfortunate timing. All right, well, obviously I did way worse on Cristian settings than I did Greg's, but honestly, if I was to pick between the 2, I'm still taking Cristian settings. Overall, they're just way more fun to play with, and I think long term, especially in solos or just any normal core game mode, these settings are 100% going to be better for you. But those are the settings of the Console Cup winners. Make sure to subscribe here. Make sure to go check out both of these guys. I'll link them both in the description. And as always, I hope to catch you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching.